So it's either that, or they come and they say, well, that's exactly what we're doing now. And I say, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It's just common sense. It's just like ITIL. It's just trying to frame common sense, and so it's framing reality. The feedback's been excellent. I'm really, really pleased.
I think one of the key things for that, someone came up to me yesterday after your session and said, now I understand why I've only got 60% of this stuff I wanted my request catalog. Now I understand why all this stuff is missing. And he said, we're being taken to task by the business for not having it all in there. He said, now I can go back to them and say, this is why. So,
hello, it's just reality.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people, one of the challenges is people say, well, how on earth am I ever going to sell this to my boss or to my customer to say we're not going to have everything standard? And my answer to them has been, hello, this is reality. I'm not trying to invent something. I'm not trying to introduce something here that you don't like. I'm just telling you this is how the world works. Let's acknowledge that. Let's treat it as...
You used a key word in there, which was this is how the world works. The journey from the hotel to Edgbaston every day is a non-standard experience. Absolutely a non-standard experience. You deal with that in your normal life. Patrick and I had this conversation earlier that, we should be stop talking about bring your own device and we should be talking about bring your own experience, because as soon as you leave here, you're doing stuff. Yep. Some of it's IT related, some of it's not IT related.
But see, if you worked here and you got the same bus here every morning, that would be a standard experience. But when you walk out of your hotel and wonder whether you take the shuttle bus or the taxi or the...
But I would question that. Elements of that would be the standard experience, the same number on the bus, the same route, but maybe the driver's different, maybe the clientele is different, the traffic is different, and you or the bus driver...
transported by internet, it's always the same. So in my world, it's a standard experience because you're bits.
I took a risk, actually. Come on, but you take my point. We are adapting to non-standard challenges every minute of the day. Okay, so exactly what you say is it's about applying common sense to what we're already doing, isn't it? It's structure, it's understanding, and I just think if people just took a step back.
The manufacturing factory analogy is really useful only when you apply it to areas where it actually applies. And it is an issue that we keep trying to treat all of IT as manufacturing, because it just isn't. Some of it is.
Do you know, I was thinking when you two guys were on the stage, and I was just thinking, this barrier...
You two guys, Chris Dancy has joined us.
Yeah. Well, you probably heard Chris a little while ago.
Chris is in the building.
This threshold between where IT is and where the world is almost gone.
Yep.
Okay. IT is the world. We're doing stuff, and if we're not, we should be. We're doing stuff, within IT that we're doing outside of IT. As soon as we go home, as soon as we socialise...